YouTube! My name is Scott and welcome to another episode of Opinions No One Cares About. A video series that will become hardcore pornography so gradually over such a long time that you'll barely notice until it's too late. Classic Simpsons references aside, some of you may remember that last year I was asked to review a cover of the song Old Town Road by the local group Hidden Horizon. See, there I am, live on location and not wearing my hat. Where's that stock footage guy I can't fire? I bet he's responsible for this. Anyway, I was recently contacted by Hidden Horizon to review an entire album of his. And as it turns out, that's a mistake I made back in the original, not getting enough information about the band, because it's not really a band. Hidden Horizon is the solo project of John Dutil, man from my hometown of Barre, Vermont. Except for a couple of places on this album that I will get to in a little bit, he did all the vocals and played all the instruments. And that's some pretty serious talent there. I don't know if you know, but Prince did the same thing on his debut album. And the result of all that talent is the album that I'm about to review, Half Mine. Half Mine is a 6-track LP, EP, I don't know which one. I'm not really a music expert.
Then why are you reviewing an album?
My channel, my rules. Anyway, the album takes its title from the fact that it's split evenly between the 3 original songs and 3 covers. They're arranged on the album in an alternating original cover pattern. Now, since I don't have Spotify Premium, I had to listen to them out of order, but I'm going to try to review them in order as they appear on the album. And the link to the Spotify playlist will be in the description below. So like I said, the album does the original cover pattern. First track is an original song called Write This Down. But thanks to Spotify Premium, it happens to be the one that I actually heard last. And that's kind of interesting because it doesn't sound quite like the other 2 original songs. If I had been looking for a band to compare the other ones to, it would have been like late 90s Blink-182. But this song, which seems like a love song, by the way, with the lines like "Lost then found" and "You're the reason," which is really nice. This one sounds more to me like it would be at home on a New Found Glory album or like a more serious Bowling for Soup. Thankfully, I happen to like all 3 of those bands, so I definitely like this song. It's a great way to start the album. Next up is a cover of the Lewis Capaldi song "Because of You." A song that I have heard before, but apparently wasn't quite into enough to fully commit to memory, or even remember the title, because when I found out what this track was, it didn't look familiar to me at all. So I decided to listen to the original before the cover so I could compare the 2, and then I was like, oh, it's that song, okay. So, what did John do differently? Well, he's kind of got a gift for fast-paced covers of pop songs, and that's exactly what this is, and he makes it work, and it's really good. And, I mean, I was glad to listen to it twice because the lyrics are great. I think we can all, sympathize? Relate. Wow. Bad choice of words. I think we can all relate to being in a relationship where neither of you feels like you can open up fully with the other, which is how I interpreted the lyrics, and for all I know, I'm entirely wrong. Now, there is one slight downside to this song. When the shift goes from the verse to the chorus, I could have sworn I caught a little bit of a tempo change that was kind of jarring, but as the song goes on, it becomes more seamless. And by the way, that's probably like the only criticism I have for this album. Oh, and there was actually an improvement because at the bridge, John added some new lyrics that fit really well with the rest of the song. It's a good listen, and if only covers are your thing, you should go for it. The third track is called Stuck With You, and it's kind of like a literal sign of the times, because it's about a couple who are on lockdown and all the things that they're doing that they don't want to do because they had plans, but unfortunately COVID got in the way. It is intensely relatable in this day and age with lines about, wearing gray sweatpants and streaming The Office all day. And then you get some funny lyrics like "Corona ain't just a drink anymore," or "The Eiffel Tower's empty now and I'm running from your sneeze." Really like that. But The overall tone is positive. The chorus repeats the line, "I'm glad I'm stuck with you." And, even this late in the pandemic where it looks like the end is in sight, that's the kind of optimism we all really need. And, as I mentioned before, this is one of the ones that sounds like a late 90s Blink-182 song. But John doesn't get the full credit for that. As I mentioned, there are a few places where he doesn't do everything on the album, and in the case of this song, the main guitar solo is played by his brother Lucas. Next came the cover of Old Town Road that I had already mentioned and already reviewed, so I decided to cheat a little bit on this one. If you really want to know so badly, I will link to the video that I already did, but I will say that upon re-listening to this, I finally added it to my Spotify playlist like I should have all those months ago. And I don't know if I missed it the last time, but there's this funny bit at the end where there's a kid saying, "Faster than a speeding bullet with gravy on it." Gravy? Was it gravy? No, it was grease. Faster than a speeding bullet with grease on it, in a really amusing drawl like that. I don't know how I missed it, but again, like I said, he's got a gift for covers, and it's really good. Track 5 is Get Up, There Is Tomorrow. Now, there's no getting around it. This song starts off depressing. But despite lines like, "I lie awake and can't get up because the outside world's going to tear me up," a line that I think everyone would listen to and nod their head in agreement because we've all been there. I mean, the song is fast-paced, the music is upbeat, and the lyrics build into the chorus by becoming progressively more hopeful because the singer has someone who's there for them and wants to help. The chorus starts off with, "Get up, there is tomorrow. I'll carry you through pain and sorrow." And by the end, you feel like the protagonist is going to be okay. It's kind of got a little character arc. We're still at a point in the lockdown where we could all use inspiring music to help us get through the day. And despite starting off at a low point, I would definitely put this song on a playlist that's designed to do that. We end this album with a cover that I didn't really expect. When I saw the track list and saw that the final song was Hero, I kind of assumed it was the Chad Kroeger-Josie Scott duet from the soundtrack of the first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire. Well, you know what they say about making assumptions, right? Because it turns out that this is actually a cover of another song called Hero by Enrique Iglesias. Now, I've made fun of that song a lot. Just ask my wife. So when I found out it was going to be this particular version, I was getting ready to hate it, but as it turns out, I couldn't. I guess I'm just a sucker for fast-paced rock covers. John performs this one in a duet, actually, with Paul Brody of the local band Ready or Not, who does his own vocals and some of the guitar work. Their voices blend well together, and the song keeps to the fast pace of all the other songs, and really makes it work. So this is probably the only version of that song that I like. So in the end, even though this review may have been a little quick, what can I say about Half Mine? It's really well produced. The themes are super relatable. The songs work individually and together as an album. If I tried, I don't think I could pick one of the 6 that I don't like. All in all, this is a pretty impressive feat of creation from somebody who did most of the heavy lifting himself. If I were going to create a completely arbitrary scale right now, ranging from invent memory bleach to scrub all traces of this album from my brain, and loved it so much that I'm going to name my kids after the song tracks, I would probably rate this one a definite add to playlist. And I think I'm probably going to go back through the discography and definitely waiting, not necessarily with bated breath, but with a great deal of interest to see what John comes up with next. Go check out Hidden Horizon on Spotify with a link below, Instagram with a link also below, and here on YouTube where you can search for it yourself. Hey guys, Scott here. Hope you liked the video. Hope you didn't mind too much that it's kind of a deviation from the norm, since it's not really a geek topic unless you're a big music geek, which I'm really not. But I really do like this album, and I think everybody should listen to it. And if you like it, or if you liked this video, do all the usual YouTube stuff, like, comment, share, and subscribe. And of course, till next time, I've been Scott, and this has been Opinions No One Cares About. Everyone has opinions. This one was mine.